Yeah, man, I can't White Russian up.
Shots of tequila.
White Russians, huh?
Yeah, not on like a hot summer day, but when the
What is that even?
They're more of like wintertime people.
When I want to snuggle up next to the fire, my White Russian.
exactly a bear rug.
Go bowling.
Yeah,
with
bear rug,
go bowling
chest
with the big,
hair exposed.
Oh yeah,
with the Big Lebowski.
yeah. You hear the
The rug really tied the room together.
I know. He really doesn't have a rug. He just lays on the ground.
With his mouth open.
On that note, hey, everybody out there, welcome to Walking My Wheels, a podcast that talks about anything and has absolutely no structure. It's me roll through life with some pretty awesome friends. These guys. What's up, guys? Speaking of drinks, I actually had my very first Moscow Mule last Wednesday at a going away party.
Sounds burly.
It is amazing. They serve it to you in a brass mug.
yeah.
I have already ordered my brass mugs. So
I
on
guess
Amazon,
you missed
and
the. I
they're on
guess
the way.
you missed the whole trend in 2015 when everybody was making them.
Really?
Yeah, because I have like 2 of them at the house.
Do you?
Yeah. It's like, yeah, they're just collecting dust now. You're behind a trend, man.
They were really, really good Christmas gifts to give out a couple years ago.
Well, I don't. It's my drink now. I always drank Captain and Coke was my drink, but then I had this, and I was like, my first sip, I said, "This all just changed." It changed my life, and I'm not really a drinker at all.
I've transitioned to Fireball, just Fireball on the rocks.
Yeah.
Be good to go.
What I do is I drink a Moscow Mule and then kick Matt's ass. Oh, sorry, kick Chris's ass in Scrabble. Words with Friends. He hates me for announcing that.
Why? Because you use a dictionary and he doesn't?
No, like I destroy him. It's like, how much? I'm throwing it out there, buddy. Do you even want to talk about this?
He's beating me by like 180 points.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
He's
you're
just got a
really,
very good-
really good at 3-letter words, though. I'll give that to you.
I am. Yes.
Hashtag crushing it.
That's my specialty. Boo.
That literally last word he played.
8.
Boo. B-O-O.
I
Yeah.
know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. I'm impressed.
So I
Don't be impressed because like I went back and there's like all these like cheat apps you can download too. He probably has one because
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
He's not that smart.
My
as some of
legs
these.
don't work, but my brain does. Come on,
Well,
guys.
that's debatable.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
I was gonna let you have that. See, I wasn't gonna get you.
I would have liked some laughter as encouragement, but now that we're on the same page. What are we talking about today, guys? Well, first off, I want to apologize to y'all out there. We realized that we have lives, and so we weren't able to record a podcast last week. So much
and or
apologies.
update social media.
Yeah. We fell off the train for a minute, but we're back on it. And for your listening ears,
Backed up on it.
yeah, like a rap song. So
That's for you, Ramirez.
yeah. So did somebody just knock on my door?
No.
Okay. So what's our? I could have sworn I heard something. So what would we say we're talking about today? Oh,
I don't know. What is it?
Star Wars. Star Wars.
We
Everybody.
always talk about Star Wars.
I know, but we're gonna talk.
We
about
always
some
talk
more.
about Star Wars.
Well, we've got a trailer to talk about.
Oh yeah, that's
We do.
right.
Oh, we should have just watched it just now.
Dun, dun,
But so everybody can listen to us watching something. That sounds
could
really
edit that
interesting.
out.
Right on.
All right.
I've seen it like 20 times, so it's all good.
Do we want to watch it one more time before we?
Do you feel like we need to pause?
Yeah, I can pause.
Doob interlude, everybody.
Okay, I'm going to pause. We'll be right back. We're going to watch this trailer real quick, and then we're going to start talking. All right, we're back.
And we're back.
Thank you for the music.
No.
So, yes, amazing.
Yeah. No, yeah. If anybody hasn't already seen the Last Jedi teaser, I definitely recommend you go out and look up on YouTube. It is pretty fantastic.
Hashtag words.
Hashtag words.
So
Hashtag turn your mic on.
Oh,
burn. Oh, you got me. You got me.
No, I did the exact same thing.
no.
Yeah, I know,
He was
right?
talking about himself.
The only reason I turned my mic on is because I heard you turn yours back on. So
I would have just been sitting here talking to myself.
I know I have no friends. So, yeah, our topic today is we're going to talk about different fan theories of what we think is going to happen in the next movie.
I don't know how many fan theories there really are, but there's a couple of things that people have said for a while, such as big things like, who the hell is Snoke?
Who the hell is Snoke?
Well,
I think it's Darth Maul.
okay. Didn't they just kill Darth Maul? Like,
He
finally
came back.
kill Darth Maul?
You can be cut in half. There's plenty of inspirational videos of people with half their body online.
No, I feel like he's actually just been killed, like officially killed in Rebels.
Yeah, Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan kills Darth Maul.
B.A.
Like
badass.
twice. He's dead twice.
Well, he came back, and
Would he come back for the Clone Wars?
Lieutenant Dan got new legs. He came back, and Obi-Wan just recently kicked his ass in the cartoon. I haven't seen it personally, but
Man, he must be getting sick of that.
But people were like, "Oh, everybody thought it was Darth Maul. It was wrong," because he just died.
That was such a waste.
That's what everybody says. That a Darth Maul single movie would be pretty cool. But then we'd have to deal with Palpatine, and yeah.
Execute Order 66.
Yeah, I know, right? It's the go-to joke.
It is.
Yeah.
So everybody was talking about, where Snoke come from. Well, we know he's old. He's been around for a long time. Some people think that his name is actually stands for Sith no one knew existed.
Oh.
That he's just been around for a long time.
And plus he's like 30 feet tall, too, so...
He's... yeah, totally. Absolutely. That makes...
Oh, that's
well, also, they think that he's been around for...
That's right. I was like, what is...
Huh?
Is he...
hologram.
Yeah,
Hologram. I guess if by that, Tupac is still alive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Played Coachella, so,
Never was a big fan of Tupac.
Yeah. I was always East Coast. That's just me.
Well, yeah, living on the East Coast.
on the East Coast. Huh?
Because you lived in the Bronx, right?
Did you know the Beastie Boys?
No, I didn't know the Beastie Boys. I did not know them.
You asked that like if you knew the Muffin Man. Did you know
Totally.
the Beastie Boys?
You never know.
The Beastie Boys? The Beastie Boys.
Well, just because
you know the Beastie Boys?
Well, it's the whole thing. Just because you're in New York.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Did you know that? It's like, oh.
Right.
I tell people I have muscular dystrophy. Like, yeah, I know somebody who has multiple sclerosis.
Do you know them?
Yeah. Like, okay.
No.
We're not a club. It's not a club.
It's not a club. Right.
I don't have to pay membership fees.
It's like that South Park episode where it's like, the Bloods versus the Crips, and Timmy and Jimmy join the Crips because they're crippled.
It's fitting.
It's fitting. Totally. Yeah, no, it doesn't work that way, though.
Did you ever see the episode where they're doing the crippled fight episode?
Oh, that was a good fucking episode.
And it's scene for scene from the movie They Live.
Wow, what a great audience. Man. I like
and Cartman's running around going, cripple fight! Cripple fight! It's so on point, dude.
So on point.
Yep.
No, but
It's so dope.
So, yeah, I mean, there's kind of things that people notice, like, Kylo Ren's lightsaber is like an ancient version of the lightsaber, like an earlier precursor, and things like that. And there's a lot of kind of, why are they going into the Jedi history? They're going to, far beyond anything from the prequels. Luke has gone to find the first Jedi temple, trying to find some kind of truth. And if you've seen the trailer, at the end that, the only truth that he knows is that the Jedi must end.
Now, the first time I watched the trailer, automatically in my brain went from end that they must die for some reason.
Bro, everybody thought The Last Jedi meant that there was, this is the finale. Nobody saw that there could be some kind of
but the
different
end doesn't mean that, per se they die. So
right.
Because,
end is a new beginning all the time.
Yeah, and plus, if you go back to Anakin, he was supposed to bring balance.
Which he did.
Right. A lot of people, that's the whole entire theory is that, there has to be balance, because there has to be balance of the Force. It was foretold that,
Does it need to
Anakin
be
would
balanced?
do so. Well, I think that's the thing is that maybe they're interpreting the text wrong, which is why there's like an ancient book in the, ancient Jedi book, like in literature that, Luke finds. And after that, they come to, he says the only thing I know for sure is that they should end. Technically, Anakin did bring balance of the Force because after they destroyed the Jedi, there were two. Well, there were 2 Sith, 2 Jedi. Prominently known 2 Sith and 2 Jedi.
Yeah.
As far as, that seems pretty balanced to me.
Well, he killed the Emperor. That was his balancing.
Right. Well, then at the end, he killed the Emperor. Still, and Anakin died, but then that leaves just Luke. But there was clearly somebody else out there.
Yeah.
The balance was always there. But the theory is that Luke is going the way of the Gray Jedi.
Okay.
The Gray Jedi is that it is a true balance of light and darkness, that it wasn't supposed to be 2 extreme ends of the spectrum. That the thing about...
So he'll be both good and evil?
Well, the thing about... more balanced. It's not like, purely good. You think of... if you think of the Jedi and what we've seen in the movies, they're kind of monk-like. They suppress their emotions, like to be as go as far to the light as possible. They're not allowed to love, like essentially marry. They're not allowed to have relationships. They are completely devoted to the light. And then you look at the Sith. They go way deeper, and they embrace their emotions, but they let it go to the extreme end of the spectrum. The whole entire way of the Gray Jedi is a thought that it has to be a balance of both. Like, there should still be emotion. I think that, there's been a lot of theories of who the hell is Rey? Is it Luke's daughter? Is it Obi-Wan's granddaughter? There's a lot of theories about where she came from. At some point, if has, and I guess technically she doesn't have to have, Jedi parents, but, or Jedi blood.
It has to be tied in, though. I mean, because they didn't reveal who her parents were.
Why did she touch Luke's lightsaber and have all these memories from Luke and almost like from the third person of Luke, though?
Maybe they left her
and heard Obi-Wan.
Maybe in the... maybe Luke and Leia had an affair before they found out they were sister and brother, and she was the one that they couldn't tell anybody about, so they just left her on this planet.
I heard another theory that it was another kid. No. It was another Solo kid. It was another Leia and Han kid that just hasn't been mentioned yet. Remember, the Millennium Falcon winds up in Jakku.
Yeah, but I don't know how I feel about that because it ties in too close, and it would have been mentioned.
But how
you can't? That just can't work. Leia can't just.
Remember, Anakin wasn't born. Remember when he just created?
He was created by
but
midichlorians.
No, and the whole midichlorian thing that kind of got washed away with Episode 8, where they're just like, this is like a religion more. It's not.
Well, I mean, it's still a religion, but the midichlorians, it's it's part of if you have a higher amount of midichlorians that, you will be more in touch with the Force. It's still a religion regardless, but there's, well, the thing with Rey, and another thing, here's a cool theory that, you remember they found the lightsaber, and, Maz Kanata, they're like, where'd you get favorite. That?
Yeah,
and
I want to hear that story.
That's a story for another time. Well, the hand got cut off and the lightsaber disappeared. Why can't she be a clone of Luke off of the hand?
Because and they just alter the gender.
Well, there's a lot of cloning in, there's a lot of cloning in the Star Wars universe. There was a Clone Wars which is no longer canon because Disney bought it, but even the Force Unleashed games, Starkiller was a clone. That
would be weird, though. It'd be cool that she's a clone, but at the same time,
he got killed and
kind of want to have somebody
clone.
as the parent, somebody related. Like Palpatine's granddaughter. Maybe it's Palpatine's granddaughter.
I don't know, but
Maybe it's Snoke's granddaughter.
maybe it is Snoke's
I'm just gonna list characters.
I'm just gonna say a lot of
Like
random shit.
Chewbacca's.
It's Chewbacca's cousin's former roommate.
What does that make us?
It's Mace Windu's
Absolutely
granddaughter. What are you
nothing.
talking about?
Mace Windu.
Oh, by the way, Samuel L. Jackson is really just trying to get back into the Star Wars
It
universe.
can't happen. I know. I read that.
Well,
also.
Darth Maul survived. He's like, Jedi's.
Yeah, but
they
it's-
have a tendency of sustaining injuries and falling great distances and living. So
I have a problem with putting too big of a name character in these movies now. I don't want to have somebody super famous that I've seen in 100 other movies because I'll ultimately see that character. I've already seen that character somewhere. And with all due respect, Samuel L. Jackson's acting in the Star Wars original sucked.
well, those scripts fucking sucked. Those were bad movies. I don't care.
Yeah, but
they're bad. Let's just
Everyone's
call it there.
acting in those movies sucked.
Had clunky dialogue. Even
are you an angel? I shouldn't pick on Anakin. He's a little kid. A little orphan.
Whatever.
Annie.
Screw that kid.
So yeah. Let's not. All right. So other theories.
Other theories. People were talking about, also with Finn. That Finn will probably wind up being some kind of cyborg, half human, half machine character, kind of like Vader or, Saw Gerrera. After sustaining all those injuries, that it's not going to be as pretty of a outcome for him as you'd think. Just based on, how he's still clearly knocked the hell out in the trailer.
Yeah, and he did take a saber to the back.
Yeah,
'Cause
he
that's-
got screwed up pretty bad.
Yeah, but did you notice? Everybody's making a big stink over this. Also, is the scar on Kylo Ren
It's moved.
has moved?
Yeah, because he got kind of cut up the cheek and over his nose and up the top of his nose between his eyes in the Force Awakens, and they moved it. Now he's got cut over the eye, and they're like, oh, it just looked really bad.
Yeah,
It looked pretty
they're
stupid.
like, yeah, that was just a I mean,
Scar
injury in the
looks
middle of a
pretty
fight.
badass now.
Yeah, injury in the middle of a fight looks cool when it happens, but not so cool when it heals.
There's also
Not that attractive look.
no
Scar down the bridge of the nose.
It's not like what was that Cheech and Chong movie where he was having a dream and he was a movie star, and they're like, how did you do it? You cut your face purposely to give you scars to give other movie stars a chance, and you just made yourself more attractive. And he's like, I know. What movie was that?
I don't know. I only
Was
know
that Nice Dreams?
Probably because I haven't seen that one. I saw Up in Smoke and Cheech and Chong's next movie. Those are the only two I really
Whatever,
remember.
man.
When they're in the car driving down the road and it's filled with smoke.
I always
What were they
loved
trying to, the truck they drove and it was made out of weed.
So when
And the
the
cops were
exhaust,
following?
the exhaust was burning, so just getting blown in the face with hash
Oh my
as they're
god,
driving by. It's great.
hilarious!
It's genius.
So, it's pretty- so I was flying this Millennium Falcon made out of weed, man.
I did the castle run in 420 parsecs.
Well, it felt like 3,000 million parsecs, man.
Totally.
So
Yeah. No, that's so. Yeah, so it doesn't look very pretty for him.
what do you think the plot's going to be? Like, where do you think they're going with it? Yeah, obviously she's training.
I'm kind of unsure.
I really hope and expect a big more character arc from Kylo, just for the simple fact that he doesn't have his mask anymore, because it looks like that was one that was smashed in the trailer.
Right.
He did go beyond anything we've ever seen a character do. Kill its own in that. Vader couldn't do it. He ended up killing, the Emperor. Luke
Right.
couldn't kill his father, but Kylo killed Han. So
It's
what?
a different level of evil.
Yeah, what
going
kind of
on
character
there.
arc is going on this? So that's my biggest thing I'm most anxious about is what the next step for Kylo.
Right. And there seems to be also from the trailer that a lot of people haven't noticed this one is that whole entire scene with that house burning is that that's a flashback. That's from The Force Awakens when when Rey gets the saber and it shows Luke putting his
hand on
R2-D2.
Right. Well, it's because
and that's the Knights of Ren, right? Like,
who's coming through is its First Order troopers. But did you notice that there's just a bunch of bodies in the foreground? That's the moment when he was betrayed and the new Jedi Temple essentially was set ablaze, and that's when he kind of went into hiding. Essentially, that's the beginning of it. So I'm kind of interested. What I'm really looking forward to is the whole entire story arc with Luke, because he's a very different person than you leave at the end of Jedi.
Here, I don't think they're going to do much with Luke, to be quite honest, because they really want to start pushing the new characters. I think you're going to see Luke, and there's going to be you're not going to see the development, but you're just going to see who he is now, which is a lot more like how Alec Guinness played Obi-Wan. I think he's going to be more like that, just a very just a knowing. This is a way
they've already said that that's not going to be the case. There's even
you were on set for that? You were on
no,
set
well, no,
they
actually
that?
That's already been said by the director. He said that there's an extended scene where he has a monologue essentially, and it kind of unveils a lot about him. They said that they'd be very surprised if he wasn't nominated for an Oscar for it. It's so good. So
really,
yeah, they've gone as far as saying that already. They said it's the best work that he's ever done, and ends. So I think that there's going to be a lot more acting coming out of him than you think.
That would be pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
Well, he does the Joker and stuff, so he's a phenomenal voice actor. He's been on Flash a couple of times.
I think that the original Star Wars kind of held back what he's capable of, honestly.
Well, no, I think he played the character perfect. He was a little kid. I want to go to Tashi Station and buy some power converters. I mean, he played that the way a little whiny kid who just didn't know anything.
Well, if you listen to any interviews from him, he did not like the dialogue in the original Star Wars movies. He thought it was really clunky and it didn't sound natural or flow correctly. He played what he was given, to the best of his ability, but I think that he's capable of more. So I think that they're going with a much more mature and darker tone with these films.
Absolutely. Well, they have to now. I mean, with what superhero movies have done, it can't be. You cannot have a light, 100% action-driven movie. You need to have a nice storyline, and with the storyline, you do need that depth and you need that darkness to get that depth. I think in movies nowadays, you don't really have any. What lighthearted movies are out there? Every movie that comes out, there's
Sausage
a dark
Party.
tone. It's so horrible too.
It's so funny though.
Nah. Let's not get on that topic.
Whatever.
My point is, I think no, and even that movie has a dark undertone to it.
Kind of.
Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about pork products
this
here.
This is true.
Mostly.
The douche was the best part of that movie, by the way.
Never saw it.
Yeah.
So.
No.
I don't suggest it. So
But that's why I haven't seen it, because you went and saw it, and I was like, man, I want to see it, and you were like, eh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you got to take into account, the first time you saw Fantastic Beasts, then, he clearly was paying attention. So
he wasn't. I still think, what were you watching that day?
Yeah, I'm not really confused on what the fuck was going on.
Maybe we were too close to the screen or something, because I just wasn't comfortable, or I don't, my neck still hurts. But I...
That's something different.
No, yeah.
Just saying. Whatever.
So,
let the hate flow.
It's flowing, all right. I lost my train of thought.
Take your lightsaber. Strike me down.
Let the hate flow. So, well, I'm stoked to see this movie. We have to wait till Christmas.
Lies.
do it.
Deception.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, but it just came out the other day. Apparently, I do a pretty decent Saw Gerrera.
Can you do the next 15 minutes of the podcast with your Saw Gerrera voice?
It's Forrest Whitaker playing Saw Gerrera.
On the bonus footage, which I watched last night, they interviewed Forrest Whitaker, and he said he went a little extreme with the voice, and that was a character, that was a actor's choice to do that. And I was sort of thinking, I thought it was a little too much, buddy.
I thought it was pretty on point.
But I haven't seen the television series.
Yeah, he's a very different dude in the television series.
Yeah,
Apparently,
younger.
it gets very dark in his final days.
Yeah.
In the Rebel series.
Yes.
He goes from being a badass and now he's like, save the rebellion, save the dream.
So over dramatic, man.
They wanted to redo The Godfather. He could play.
Okay. As Saw Gerrera,
Gerrera.
playing The Godfather. I got enough. I got enough.
Vito Corleone, I think.
I've got an offer you can't refuse.
Like taking hits off the oxygen thing. Just straight up same car.
When he's trying to, when he's trying to find a rat. Bogalette! Bogalette will know the truth.
Okay, we're gonna need to get with Hollywood on this to make this happen, because that would be great.
Oh, that'd be great.
The only unfortunate side effect is one sends to lose their minds. Man, I've been watching that movie too much.
Yeah, you have.
Sorry.
Yeah. So, but I was stoked when Blu-ray finally came in.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
you finally got your Rogue One Blu-ray.
Finally got the Rogue One
like 6
Blu-ray.
weeks later. Could
So-
have just went to Target.
Yes.
I'm just giving you shit now.
So speaking of movies, Guardians 2 comes out.
Yes.
So
very, very, very soon.
letting y'all know we're going to be doing a podcast on that. So we'll give you time to process it and you guys time to see the movie before we.
Just and just foreshadowing for future podcasts regarding movies.
Which we're going to do a lot of movie stuff. We like movies. We talk about like to do different products and all that. We like to do different topics, products. What the hell am I talking about?
I don't know, man.
Different topics and everything. So,
I thought we were going to have
but
to
we
shut
talk
you
about-
down and restart you a
I
second
know,
ago.
right?
You're like,
You had to see
How do
C-3PO my
how do
ass.
you answer the question when you go on a website? I am a robot.
No.
Okay.
So
It took you a while to compute that.
it did. I'm a little bit slow in the brain. So,
Old processor, huh?
but we try to come up with different topics and things like that. But we just love movies and we love music. So that's a lot more of what you're going to get than the average stuff. But
Yeah, we have Guardians coming out.
Guardians.
We have later on this year Star Wars, of course, what we're talking about today.
That's yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of Star
We
Wars
have
next few
the
years.
new Thor movie, which actually looks like it's going to be an actual good. Finally, they're going to make a good Thor movie, Ragnarok.
Still haven't seen the second one.
Have you seen the trailer for Ragnarok?
It looks amazing.
Yeah.
They use Zeppelin. That's like a surefire way of like.
Yeah, they stole that idea from.
If you watch
Destiny.
the Guardians 2 trailer and then go watch the Thor trailer, it almost looks like the exact same director made both movies.
Did you know if you take the Force Awakens
Yep.
teaser trailer and the new Last Jedi teaser trailer,
Same thing.
and play them at the exact same time, it's like it matches shot for shot.
Even the X-wings going over the water in
Like-
comparison to whatever those
Whatever the
ships
hell
are.
those ships are going over those salt flats. Yeah,
Yeah, with
It's
the red,
it's
red
exact.
popping up. Oh my god, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's good.
If I had a
contrast.
widescreen photograph of that, I would totally just hang it on my wall. Just the red coming up, just beautiful colors and just stunning,
Stunning.
stunning.
It's very good contrast.
Totally. So, just stoked for that. So yeah, just good movies going to come out. Oh, Valerian.
That looks like it's going to be an epic movie.
I
I
saw.
don't think I've seen a preview for it.
Do we have to play music so you can watch this?
No, I'll watch it later.
All right. It's so I was watching this thing on YouTube about Valerian, and they said that this is based on a graphic novel from way back in the day, and apparently it's just this gigantic universe, like bigger than the Star Wars universe. Apparently, this is going to be like the new Star Wars lands type thing. So it just
Star Wars lands.
well, just the new epic.
The new epic, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean we got the superheroes, but Avengers is going to start dying out soon
Yeah.
because all the actors are getting older. But apparently, Valerian apparently is supposed to be this really incredible thing, if it's done right, and if it's not campy because the main actors look a little young in it, so it might end up being a little too much like Insurgent, But apparently,
You mean Divergent?
Divergent. Sorry, Insurgent's like book 2, isn't it?
Oh,
The
no,
Divergent
is it?
series, though. Insurgent's got to be one of those.
It is.
All right, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Not that
Yeah.
stupid feeling now.
Okay.
So
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I know. Yeah, I said the same thing to myself. So
I don't know about you guys, but I am going to go watch the new Transformers movie too.
oh my God, have fun with that.
Yeah.
The look of sheer excitement on your face just to be an asshole was great.
It was good. It was good.
I did like the last one, actually. I'm not going to lie.
I didn't like
With
the
Wally Bird.
Wahlberg.
Wahlberg.
Yeah, because
Wahlburgers.
Sam Witwicky wasn't in it.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of that guy, Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
You know, I actually was going to say something about him.
Shia
Did you hear
LaBeouf.
about he had the most epic bomb of an opening ever in a movie? What the hell was it? He just came out with a movie, and his ticket sales for opening weekend in the UK was 1 ticket sold.
1 ticket.
1 ticket.
Man.
1 person went to see that movie in the UK.
That's
Well,
exciting.
We were watching something last night, and
Even the people that reviewed it, or is that just free?
No, that was that's probably free.
I'm
That's
just-
press passes shit.
Yep.
That's the only
Yeah.
person. Only 1 person went to see that movie.
that's ridiculous.
That's not good.
That sucks.
I'm going to snopes that later, by the way.
Sure, go ahead. Go crazy, motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I really,
Yeah, you have fun with that.
I really. It shows.
So few people saw that they probably didn't waste their time.
Yeah.
I tried watching. I caught the very end of the Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, or whatever that name of that is.
Yep.
It's just so horrible. Caught the last 20 minutes of it.
I watched that
I've
whole
seen
movie. It sucked.
I've seen it.
garbage.
I've seen it before, but it's just.
I didn't think it was horrible.
Oh,
it was horrible.
It is horrible.
Well, yeah, Shia LaBeouf's in that too, right?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is. It was still a bad movie.
Yeah, he overacted that. He
It
overacted
was just.
that one.
It was cheesy. It was just.
Well, he's doing another one. They're doing one more in Indiana Jones.
I know. Remember, I let y'all guys know that 2019.
Thank you.
Totally.
Yeah, when we did our Spielberg episode, that was the
Yeah.
one.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways,
Totally.
let's back to Star Wars. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, that's generally the consensus.
Yeah, and we'll probably revisit.
What do you think
this-
they're going to do with Leia?
Well, I think she dies.
Oh God. Yes.
What do you mean? She actually filmed all of her roles.
I understand, but
Do you think they're going to do like a death scene?
are they going to do she was on a planet or a ship and they kill her and that, or they could probably do that in the beginning of movie 9. I will go back and re-ask my question for both of you.
They rewrote.
What do you
9
think they're
for
going to
it.
do with Leia, since we're talking about these theories? So what do you think the theory for her moving forward is going to be? How do you think she's going to die? Because she's going to have to.
I
Unless
think they're gonna kill her
they just
in 8.
unless they just rewrite her out and they do another thing like they did in Rogue One.
No,
CGI
no,
at the
they're not
very
going to
end.
do it.
No, they
They've already
specifically
they're
said,
not going
they
to.
specifically said they're not going to CGI her.
Okay.
Yeah, what they what I think they're going to do is, because there's obviously a point where the Rebel base gets attacked directly in the Last Jedi trailer. I think that they'll probably kill her during that scene somehow. Whether it's some kind of explosion or something that, it's quick. They can use some kind of footage, and
Thermal detonator. That'd be a good way to go. I mean, if you're going to go, a thermal detonator would be it.
she was holding that thermal detonator in Return of the Jedi.
Yoto.
Exactly. Here you
My
go.
friend can do that voice perfect. It's weird.
That's creepy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty
That is
incredible.
creepy.
So, yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe it'll be... She can't really act it. they'd have to do a brand new scene just for her to be like, I'm going to sacrifice myself, and
Right. Yeah.
it's got to be something where they see her from afar. It happened.
Right. Yeah. I think it's gonna. Yeah, they're gonna have to do it somehow. But they had to rewrite 9 because she had a major part in 9.
Yeah.
Originally. So
maybe Kylo's going to have something to do with that. Kill his mom too.
what dirtbag?
Yeah, like
would be that
he would
dirtbag?
specifically maybe hit a ship that she's on, and somebody else say Leia's on that ship, kind of acknowledge it that way.
They could actually
you know
use
what I mean?
that. They could actually use that to rewrite his character too.
They'll probably have to.
Either bring him back towards the light or take him further into darkness.
Right. We shall see.
Do you think it's going to be a lot like Empire Strikes Back, as far as
I think that it's going to have to kind of be like that, just because.
Because after Rogue One, I'm kind of ready for just let's do new. We don't have to rehash the old films to make you feel comfortable, because they really did that.
Well, here's
with
the thing:
Force Awakens.
it's going to have to be because the way J.J. Abrams did The Force Awakens.
Can they do
to an extent?
Can they do?
Won't probably be as like a copy film.
More of a montage.
I think
montage with the music from Rocky.
I think it's going to be totally different, if you ask me.
Do the
Rocky
do
IV.
the you
The
do the
Rocky
montage music from Basketball. Going through a montage. Montage.
Just for the simple fact that I think that The Force Awakens, everybody tags it as just like A New Hope, but I think it was a combination of all three: A New Hope, Empire, and Return of the Jedi. So I think they have a clean slate to do whatever they need to do to make these last two movies pretty epic.
Yeah, I see that. I just hope they don't try and stay too close to their comfort zone. Oh, excuse me, I got the hiccups. I hope they don't stick too close to that comfort zone. I don't think they need to anymore, based on A Force Awakens and how successful it really was. And was that because they made you feel so comfortable and tied it in so much with the originals, or is it or and then they did Rogue One, which is just an offshoot, and people just loved it.
Right.
So okay, do what you want now. You proved yourself with Rogue One for me. So I'm going to go on whatever train you put in my station. I'm hopping on.
And plus, with what Matt was talking about, Luke, he has that
Force.
He uses the
monologue.
Force.
He uses the Force, but he has the whole monologue.
He has the Force monologue.
Obi-Wan didn't in A New Hope. I mean, he was just kind of there. He talked a little bit. He was there to kind of guide Luke where he needed to be.
Yeah.
A New Hope was actually not finished when they started filming that movie.
The writing?
Yeah, they were actually still writing the script while the movie was being shot.
I didn't know that.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, with the whole thing with Luke, I think he found some darkness, or, he always had it anyway, but plus there was... It never really verifies that he was actually finished his Jedi training,
Well, that was what they said was going to be, because it's not like the original Jedi. They went through the trials. That was his culmination, was defeating Vader. Not only did he defeat Vader, he brought him back to the light, and he showed that he could actually showed that he was actually the most powerful Jedi, because he was able to even use the dark side and come back from it, in his fighting style, which was kind of, a lot of people I don't think realized that that's what was going on. That he was truly he could use both sides of the Force. He's already kind of touched upon that, which is why a lot of people think the gray Jedi theory is very sound. That most likely that's what he means. Not that he's just giving up and whatever,
But what does he mean by the Jedi must end?
That in order for, not only but in order to restore the balance to the Force, that the Sith must end, but also the Jedi must end. Because if you have just pure good, it's not going to have the balance. If you have just pure evil, it's not going to have the balance. Both extremes have to end, and there has to be one common, united center, which is the way of the gray. It's been touched upon in the books before, but it'll be the first time that it's being even mentioned in the movies.
How many shades of gray is there?
50.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Thank you for the setup.
Yeah. Very nice.
In unison. On that, guys, we're going to wrap this up. As always, thank you for listening.
So what you can get from this whole episode is how many shades of gray are there? There are 50 shades of gray. That's really all we needed the last 20 seconds of this.
Oh, man. Anything y'all want to add before we go?
No.
You?
Man, so much to add. So much to think about. Hashtag because Metallica.
Yeah. And hashtag.
Be love.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening once again. And remember, even a speed bump can be a jump.
Except for those ones in that parking lot.
Thank you for supporting Walking in My Wheels. You can listen to us on iTunes, Google Play, and YouTube. Also follow us on Facebook and Instagram. If you have something to say, email us at walkinginmywheels@gmail.com. Keep being awesome people and hashtag be love.